Welcome once again then to the United States Grand Prix here in the magnificent city of Austin. It was here in 2018 that Kimi Räikkönen delighted the world by winning for the first time in 114 races. There's always a record to be broken, so what I wonder is in store for us today. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, where 20 corners and speeds of up to 200 miles an hour await us on this magnificent racetrack. It's 60% full throttle with plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and at the end of the long back straight into turn 12. What a race we have in store today.
They've announced that the technical regulations are changing for next season. Now there's a risk a lot of our hard work could be undone if we're not careful, so let's figure out how to mitigate this. Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. All right, everyone, let's get on top of this.
Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to F1 2020. This is Last Question, episode number 10. We just saw a quick cutscene. We are going to have technical regulation changes going into next season. I don't know which ones yet until after we get through this race to see what department or departments are going to have to be covered off before we go into next season. So, big changes coming. Home Grand Prix, sort of. It's the U.S. Grand Prix. I'm an American, so yes, that makes it my home Grand Prix. But it's on the opposite side of the country from me, Texas. I'm in Washington. No comparison. Quick programming note before we go forward and get this race underway. I'm glad that we are on the left side of the grid here. I thought I was going to be on the right side with all the penalties I had, but apparently, I guess that makes sense that we're on the left, back row. Anyway, last time, at the end of the episode, Suzuka, final chicane, ripped the steering wheel right off my desk. Well, turns out that the damage was fairly terminal to the desk, not the wheel. The wheel's fine, desk not so fine. It's a glass desk with a metal keyboard stand, and because of it being a glass desk plus a metal keyboard stand that does pull out a bit, the metal keyboard stand is the only place to mount to, and I was afraid to mount to the glass. Anyway, well, the keyboard stand totally busted, and the glass desk itself sits much too high, and I'm afraid of breaking the glass, so I have swapped it out with my other desk. I had 2 monitors and a lot going on paperwork-wise because I'm also running a business in addition to doing the channel and all my coaching stuff. And anyway, I need some space, workspace. And so I do have a 2-desk setup, and so I've swapped desks with my IKEA wooden desk. It sits higher, but it sits lower than the glass desk, but it sits higher than that keyboard, so I'm going to have to get used to that. And in completely changing this setup around, things are just in unusual places, like my pedals not as firmly planted as they once were, so hopefully they don't slide around on me. And I might have some growing pains in this race as things feel a little awkward or different than normal. So we'll see how we do with that one. And then, of course, those technical regulation changes, we'll see how we do with that. And, of course, just last time, we increased the difficulty by 5 points. It's still easy, but it is 5 points tougher. So we'll see if we can continue carving our way through the field as easy, or if it is going to be significantly tougher. Last time, without the wing, we stopped progressing. Let's see if we can keep it in check today, here as we enter the final 4 races of the season. Giovinazzi kind of blocked us off a little bit there, but we're okay. So we get through. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, let's not do that again. Okay, we'll go from here. I need to get back to the inside a bit. Oh. Hey, lay off. Lay off, Stroll. Lay off. Ooh, Stroll just hit me again. Well, I've already done better than Vettel.
Nice start.
By Vettel, I mean 2019 Vettel. Too ambitious. Had to pull back. Viet had me blocked off pretty well there. When I get to the front straight, I'm going to have a very quick pause. In moving everything around, I tweaked some things, changed some things up on my setup, and unfortunately, something didn't pan out in that with my audio. I've been messing for 3-4 days now with various things. See, I'm not really progressing here at the moment. Okay, let me fix this so I can hear myself think. I had my headphones turned up way too loud. There we go. Oh, there's my video that I'm watching. Last Survivor, Games for Kicks. 7 Days to Die. Alright, here we go. So I'm very locked into 13th right now. Let's see if we can regain a competitive edge and work our way up. See if we can at least close these guys back down. I do have a bit of gearbox wear. There's 3 races to go. I'll be switching to gearbox after this race. It's been a really, really rough season on gearboxes when you take into account just 5 laps and we have 0 durability. They do scale everything up, and then I'm pushing for everything I've got because we're starting from last place every race anyway. We don't have to conserve. Anyway, we piece that all together. What's happening is I'm just driving hard and being tough on a gearbox. That was really bad. Missed that apex horribly.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
So lap 3, and it looks like I'm kind of firmly planted in position here. Missed that one. Just made me miss that one, but we recovered fairly well there. It's been a while since I've done Circuit of the Americas.
Energy, use your overtake button.
I certainly will here in a moment. Yeah, they're closer behind me than in front, so I am not progressing right now, just P13. I'm very, very much locked into this position. I'm even going to go ahead and take a moment here to time lapse towards the end of this race so we can focus on the next one. That wing damage just happened, but I'm the car's completely broken. I mean, look at Aiken just went around me. I'm not accelerating at all. I can't hardly get up to speed.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
I find it a little ridiculous that I'm given driver of the day when I finished 21st. Now, I'm going to cut out the last lap or two. When I went to time lapse, we were comfortably in 13th. The reason we finished in 21st is twofold. One, I was starting to get a little bit of a challenge from behind. And then once that challenge started, things got really chaotic, and the last lap was absurd. I had no power. It was not the game, however. Right at the start of the race, I told you that there was a change in my setup significantly, and something that I thought was going to be okay was not. I've already now changed the setup, so hopefully our next race will not go the same. But my pedals slide on the carpet if they're not supported. I use a stool up against the wall to support it. But my new setup, things are at an angle. It slid, and the edge of the stool was actually stopping my gas pedal, my acceleration pedal, from going to 100%. So I was getting 50% power and nothing more. Top of the order, Bottas claims the win. Hamilton second, Leclerc, Verstappen, Vettel, Ricciardo, Perez, Norris, Albon, Gasly are in the points. Bottas 13 points clear of Hamilton. They have wrapped up the constructors, Vettel and Leclerc, just 10 points apart. The Red Bulls very widely spread, and Verstappen just behind the two Ferraris. And I dropped to 11th on 31 points now. So we have lucked out big time. The regulation changes, the department, durability, and only durability. I have 0 durability upgrades, so I have nothing to cover off. Meanwhile, other teams have made significant upgrades there. They're going to have to invest some points. This is going to give me a chance. We're still not great on our resource point acquisition. I've got some work to do on that. And I didn't want to develop the car too quickly anyway, so I mean, it's fine. But this is going to give me a chance to do a little bit of gaining on some of the other teams. You know, just a bit. We're still so far behind everyone, though. Let's go ahead and get that front downforce upgrade going so that I can, you know, maybe overtake somebody, turn into a corner. That'd be nice. Ouch. 6 gearbox in one season. That's bad. That's really bad. We will get there. I'll make a couple durability improvements, just because it is leading to races where the gearbox is quite worn by the end of the race.
Here we go then. It's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from third on the grid. And what are the Honda-powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? At 2,285 metres above sea level, the thin air of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez poses a unique challenge, not just to a driver's skill, but to the efficiency of their engines as well. 17 corners make up a lap of this 2.6-mile circuit, and you can expect incredible speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and overtaking too into the hard braking zones of turns 1 and turn 4. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Why don't we start by talking about Valtteri Bottas? Everything's on the line here today, the title hangs in the balance. So how do you think they'll be coping with all that pressure?
I think as long as they keep their mind on the task and not its historical significance, they'll be just fine. This is a race just like any other. You do the best you can and accept that sometimes things are going to happen outside of your control. If they can approach today with that attitude, the pressure shouldn't be a problem.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And it's Lewis Hamilton.
So we're in Mexico City for round 20 of the championship. Coming off the last race, things couldn't go really any worse than they did, or at least at the end of that one. Hopefully my adjustment to the setup will work out for us and that we can have a solid race. And we'll see if getting into the points is something I'm capable of. I think the AI being a little bit higher now makes it that much more challenging, that this car just isn't quite up to the level it needs to be. I mean, we're still worse than everyone except Williams. We have a long power-hungry straight here, and I'm okay for power, but definitely not as strong for power as we, really could or should be at this point. But with that, let's go ahead and put up 5 red lights, and let's go racing. Quick lights that time. Really expected something a bit longer, and I don't quite get off the line as fast as I want to, but with this nice long straight, we've got to the inside. Grosjean blocking me off here though, and I start breaking way too soon. I thought we were closer. Corner cutting, yeah, that's a problem. I'm going to take a penalty.
Legal, return the position.
I'd much rather have track position than dropping all the way back to like last place or something. So, penalty it is. I think it was worth it. We're all the way up to 12th place. That part's not worth it though. Okay, yeah, 3 second. Gained 1 place. Yeah, I gained a lot more than 1 place from cutting that corner, but okay.
Okay, you've been pushing your luck on the track limits too much. We've been given a 3-second penalty.
Woo. It's weird that they'll throw their nose in, no problem, and expect you to get out of the way every time, but you throw your nose in, and it's the same thing. They're immediately looking at you like, what are you doing? I'm not opening a doorway for you to pass me. So it's weird that the AI is going to be that aggressive and yet expect you not to be aggressive.
Start. Good job.
Alright, well, we're in P11. This is already the highest I've been. We're going to have a lot of overtake mode through there, so we definitely want to save it. I'm having trouble turning in. I don't know. Wheel feels tight. Do I have wing damage? I haven't had a collision, have I? No, we're fine. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time, or is it just our arrows really affecting me that bad? This is one of those sections that usually takes me 2 or 3 laps to get comfortable with. So we'll see. Not terribly quick through there until I run it a few times. Usually quick through here, but last lap was pretty bad. Let's see if we're a little better off this time.
DRS has been enabled this lap.
Plenty gap behind us, and we have closed Stroll down a bit. For me, this is ideal scenario because I'd like to be just getting into the points. So if that's the case, then we're in good shape. We're definitely pushing into contention now. Okay, where's my... That's a DRS zone. I don't know why I'm not late on the braking again there. No idea why there's the DRS zone and I'm half a second behind. Why I'm not collecting DRS. It did that last race too, after I cut away. But yeah, look how hard it is for me to turn in. I'm going slow and I just cannot get the nose turned in, so... There we go, that was better. That was much better. This time the DRS actually works.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more.
Okay, DRS coming up. Here we go. I think we should be able to get Stroll here. It's lap number 4. Run wide, but complete the overtake with the late braking. Okay. I think we're good on Stroll now on that challenge. Oh shoot. Ah! Pause. My gear shift was out of range. My hand was not on that section of the wheel at all. Yeah, that was... I could not get it back to first gear. Let's go back here. Massive oversteer come through there. Not a good run this time coming in, but let's see if we can at least get the second half. We do. Not sure why my overtake stopped. Did I use my maximum for the lap? Could be.
This is your final lap of the race.
Okay, way out of position. Really massive oversteer coming out of that final turn. Really set me back, but with the overtake, and thanks to still getting the DRS because the pickup zone is sooner, we're okay and we're back up on the signs. It's going to be really hard to get another overtake, but I'm at least in 10th.
We need to get past.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. Running super wide like that. Okay, we do have a run here. We have a run. It's a chance. Signs doesn't give me room, and if I had gone clean through, I would have just kept going, but... Alright, here we go. Not close enough. Touch on Kvyat. We squeeze our way through the hairpin in the stadium, and that's P9. Back into the points. After 2 races away, we get back into the points. Not an easy race. Oh, I had a penalty! Oh no! Oh! I forgot I had a 3-second penalty. Forgot all about that. We cut,
It's victory in
what was that,
Mexico then.
first corner,
What a
because
victory
we
it
did
is.
so many overtakes that there was no room. We were off the racing line, too far to the inside. So to avoid contact, I cut the corner and took a 2-second penalty, I thought it was. Why would I be 11th if it's a 2-second penalty?
Temperature, and the driver did a great job.
I was definitely more than 2 seconds ahead of
It's like anything. It always looks so easy.
11th.
It all just clicks.
the last overtake
Looking at
was
the podium,
definitely
you
not
can
2
see that
seconds,
red
but
suit familiar to fans across the globe.
Vettel with the win.
Class win for a world-class team. Ferrari do it again.
He's not going to win any races this year. Vettel's seconds off the pace of Leclerc most of this season. He's over it. He is done with Ferrari. He's not putting his heart and soul into it. Leclerc is. Leclerc's getting the most out of the car. Vettel's just getting what the car has, or even less, which is why he has been so far behind in more than half the races this
And
season.
now let's take a look at the drivers'
Consistently.
standings. Despite the best
it was a
efforts
2-second
of the championship
penalty.
leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I have to give it to the Professor. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, AlphaTauri's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
I could have sworn it was a 2-second penalty. Clearly it was 3. I think maybe I thought it was going to be 5 seconds and I was happy that it was only 3. Must be the case. And I forgot about the penalty anyway. I was so focused on the drive and just continuing to go. So, my bad on that part. But even then, only so much you could do. It's not like I could have done more. It's not like I relaxed at the end. We pushed. We made another overtake at the end. So, I finished 9 seconds behind in 9th place. But with the 3-second penalty, it pushes me back to Stroll, who I had definitely put some distance on and had overtaken a while back. I mean, Sainz was the one that I overtook right at the end. Had to give right back, but I didn't open enough of a gap over Stroll. I did over Giovinazzi and the rest. So, back down to 11th in the end. So, I do miss out on the points yet again for the 3rd race in a row. However, I was competitive to the midfield, not just carving my way up to a podium. I think I'm happy with the 5 points. The AI being turned up. It's going to slow my progress down a little bit, but there is zero reason that I should be winning races or scoring podiums in my first season with the second to weakest car. The purpose of the series, right? I should be moving my way through the grid, but the car should be part of that. I shouldn't be winning yet unless the car is at least, midfield or one of the best. So the AI level should reflect that. I should be able to make my way through the grid, but I should really be fighting for midfield until the car itself is good enough for me to be fighting for higher positions. So I think I'm in the right place, and that's good. It's got to be a challenge. It's not a challenge if the AI level is 1 and I'm lapping everybody. That's not a challenge. This is a challenge. So I'm happy. It's good. I would have been happier with, 10th, but or 9th, but I'm good. Bottas still leads, but his lead is down to 10 points now, as we have just 2 races left in the season. Vettel has pulled away from Leclerc with that win, and I don't think he'll be caught. Verstappen, of course, is well clear, but still just 11 points himself behind Leclerc. So we've got kind of 2 battles, one for the championship and one for 4th place. Now, Ricciardo is not comfortably ahead of Perez. That's only a 4-point gap. So we've got a real battle on our hands for best of the rest. Then the 2 McLarens, I'm 1 point behind Norris. I could get it, but it's going to be hard now in these last 2 races. I'm unlikely to score more than a couple of points. So I could be planted to 11th or even 12th, because Kvyat is only 3 points behind me, and Stroll only 8 points behind me, and the Racing Point is certainly capable of scoring a good amount of points themselves. So my position is anything but secure with just 2 races and 1 episode left to go in the season. AlphaTauri has moved back ahead of us 1 point clear, so we've got a battle on our hands for whether we will be 7th or 8th. It does look unlikely that Alfa Romeo or Haas or Williams will score any points this season, especially in this 5-lap setup where qualifying is really important and those cars are just off qualifying pace. Race strategy doesn't mean anything when there's no pit stops. We haven't been experiencing any rain. One of these days we should have rain, you would think. Racing Point is 11 points clear of Renault for 4th, so they've got a battle. McLaren is just 11 points behind Renault, so they've got a battle. We are obviously battling with AlphaTauri, but otherwise top 3 are secure. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.